One look, one breath held too long. When silence starts to burn more than words, you know something is about to break. The room feels smaller than it should, like the walls have moved closer without asking. A soft lamp throws warm light across the couch, leaving the rest of the room in shadow. Noah sits at one end, back straight, hands folded tight in her lap. Nick stands a few steps away, not pacing, not relaxed, just stuck. The air between them is thick, heavy, full of things they never said out loud. You don't need faces to feel it. You can see it in how Noah's foot taps the floor once, then stops. You can hear it in Nick's slow breathing, uneven, like he's trying to stay calm and failing. No music plays, but the silence has its own sound. A clock ticks somewhere behind the camera. Each second feels loud. Noah shifts slightly on the couch, the cushion dipping under her weight. The movement is small, but Nick notices. He always does. His shoulders tense, and his hands curl into fists at his sides. He looks at her, not at her eyes, but at the space just above her shoulder, like looking directly at her would say too much. There's history here. It hangs in the room like unfinished business. Arguments that ended too soon. Feelings pushed down and locked away. Every inch of space between them feels planned, careful, and still not enough. Noah exhales slowly, as if she's trying to steady herself. Her fingers tighten around the fabric of her jeans. She doesn't look up, but she knows he's there. She's always known. Nick finally moves just one step closer. The floor barely makes a sound, but the moment feels loud. Too loud. He stops again, now close enough that the edge of the couch brushes his leg. The couch creaks softly, a quiet reminder of how near they are. Noah's shoulders lift with a breath she didn't plan to take. She tilts her head slightly, not toward him, not away right in between. Nothing happens yet. And that's the problem. Because in this still moment, with the light low and the space tight, both of them know the truth. Staying like this hurts more than moving forward. And the longer they wait, the harder it becomes to pretend they don't want the same thing. Nick breaks the silence first. His voice is low, not angry, but tight, like every word has to push its way out. He says her name, just once. Noah looks up then, slow and careful, as if she's afraid of what she sees if she moves too fast. Her hands stay locked together, but her shoulders drop slightly, giving away how tired she is of holding everything in. Nick takes another step closer, close enough now that she can hear him breathe. He doesn't touch her. Not yet. They talk, but not in long speeches. Short lines. Half-finished thoughts. Words that sound simple but land heavy. Nick says he's tired of pretending nothing happened. Noah answers that pretending is the only thing keeping things from falling apart. Each sentence feels like a test. Every pause stretches too long. When Noah looks away, Nick leans forward just enough to bring her attention back. Not by force, just presence, she shifts on the couch, turning her body slightly toward him without meaning to. The couch dips again, a soft sound that fills the space between their words. Nick notices and stops talking. His jaw tightens. He runs a hand through his hair, then lets it fall back to his side. He's closer now than he planned to be. Noah's knee brushes his leg by accident. Or maybe not. Neither of them moves it away. Noah speaks again, quieter this time. She says his name the way she used to, without thinking. The sound of it changes everything. Nick exhales sharply, like that single word knocked the air out of him. He crouches slightly so they're closer to the same level, his forearm resting on the back of the couch. Not touching her, but close enough to feel the heat from her skin. Their voices drop even lower. The room feels like it's holding its breath. Nick admits he thinks about her more than he should. Noah answers that she hates that he's right. Her fingers loosen, then tighten again, gripping the cushion beside her. Nick's hand mirrors the motion on the other side of the couch. They're both holding on to something that isn't really there. The space between them shrinks without either of them deciding to do it. Words start to fail. What's left is tone, distance, the way their bodies lean in despite their minds telling them not to. When Nick stops talking, Noah doesn't rush to fill the silence. She lets it sit. Let it hurt. Because now they both know this isn't just a conversation anymore. It's the last moment before something changes. It happens without a clear start. No warning. No big move. Just 1 second turning into the next. Nick leans in slightly, so slowly it almost feels like he's asking without words. Noah doesn't pull back. She doesn't move forward either. She stays right where she is, breath caught, eyes fixed on the space between them. That small choice says everything. The couch shifts as Nick lowers himself beside her. The cushions sink, closing the last bit of distance they had been holding on to. Their shoulders touch. The contact is light, almost careful, but it sends a sharp feeling through both of them. Noah's breath stutters. Nick freezes for half a second, giving her time to stop him. She doesn't. The room feels warmer now, louder. Nick turns his body toward her, his knee angling in, close enough to trap her leg between the couch and his own. Noah's hand slides from her lap to the cushion beside her, fingers digging in as if the couch is the only thing keeping her steady. Nick's head tilts slightly. He's close enough that she can feel his breath against her cheek. When their lips finally meet, it's not rushed. It's slow, deep, full of everything they've been holding back. The kiss lingers, like neither of them knows how to stop once it starts. Noah's hand leaves the cushion and grips the front of Nick's shirt, pulling him closer without thinking. Nick responds instantly, one hand bracing against the couch behind her, the other hovering near her waist, unsure for a beat, then resting there. Firm and certain. The couch creaks softly under their weight as they shift closer. The kiss grows stronger, less careful. It's still quiet, still controlled, but heavy with need. Noah leans into him now, fully, her body turning toward his like it was always meant to be there. Nick's forehead presses against hers for a moment, just long enough for both of them to breathe. Then he kisses her again, slower this time. Deeper. Everything else fades, the clock, the room, the space beyond the couch. There is only this. The heat, the closeness, the feeling that once felt dangerous and now feels impossible to ignore. Their movements stay close, contained, but charged, like a spark held just short of fire. When they finally pause, their faces are inches apart, breaths uneven, bodies still leaning into each other. They don't speak. They don't need to. The kiss has already said what words never could. They pull back slowly, like the space between them resists being rebuilt. Nick rests his forehead against Noah's, both of them breathing harder than before. The room feels different now. Not calmer. Just changed. The silence returns, but it no longer feels empty. It feels full, heavy with what just happened and what it might mean. Noah is the first to move. She shifts slightly, creating a small gap, though her hand still clings to Nick's shirt like she hasn't decided if she's ready to let go. Her shoulders rise and fall as she takes a deep breath. Nick's hand slips from her waist, but not far. It stays close, hovering as if he's unsure where he's allowed to place it now. They don't look at each other right away. Noah's gaze drops to the floor. Nick looks at the wall behind her. Both of them are thinking the same thing, but neither wants to be the one to say it. This wasn't simple. It wasn't just a kiss. It was a line crossed, a door open that won't close easily. Nick straightens a little, running a hand over his face. The movement breaks the closeness, but not completely. Their knees still touch. Noah notices and doesn't move away. Instead, she swallows and exhales slowly, like she's trying to calm a storm inside her chest. When she finally looks at him, her expression is soft but uncertain. Nick starts to speak, then stops. The words don't come out right away. When they do, they're quiet, honest. He says this changes things. Noah nods, because denying it would be a lie. She says she doesn't know what happens next. Her voice doesn't shake, but it's close. Too close. Another pause. Another stretch of silence. This one feels fragile, like if either of them moves too fast, it could break. Nick shifts back just enough to give her space, even though it clearly costs him something. Noah notices that too. Her fingers loosen, finally letting go of his shirt. The loss of contact feels louder than the kiss itself. They sit there, side by side, not touching but not distant either. The couch that pulled them together now holds them apart, just barely. Outside, a car passes. Somewhere the clock keeps ticking. Life continues, even though something important just happened in this small, quiet room. Noah stands first. Not in a rush, just enough to show she needs a moment. Nick stays seated, watching her, his expression unreadable but heavy with thought. She turns back once, meeting his eyes for a second longer than necessary. Nothing is said. Nothing needs to be done. She walks away, leaving the room warmer than before. Nick remains on the couch, staring at the space where she sat, knowing one thing for sure: whatever comes next, there's no going back to the way things were.